Hello everybody, welcome to another review. Today I'm going to be reviewing Blood Omen, which is the new album by the Raven Age, and it's their third album, which I would consider easily their best of the three. Look, I don't hate the Raven Age's earlier stuff. I do think they got some good ideas, but especially Darkness in Me, that album was just very long than it needed to be. It had almost every track being 5 to 6 to 8 minutes, and I kind of like the shorter songs here, not gonna lie. I feel like this is a band that works better when they're trying to tone back some ideas, because it feels like they're trying to push up all the stops, but here they don't need to do that. They just kind of limited that down to 3 to 4 minute tracks throughout, and that's more than good in my opinion. I think especially since they really captivate and make every second shine in a lot of these tracks, it just makes me think this is the first one that really cuts the fat and the filler out. There's even less tracks as well. You have 9 tracks on this record, from Changing of the Guard, which is, I guess, like an intro. It is technically a song, but to me it just feels more like an interlude track. And then we have Tears of Stone as the final track, which is the only one that surpasses 4 minutes, being a 6.5 minute track, which I think is fine, because the way that they ended as well, it kind of has a minute to kind of flow towards the end. It feels just as well paced as the 4 minute tracks on here, so I'm not really bothered, to be honest. I think it's nice, and it's a nice breather from not having to listen to one whole song and then you're waiting for the next one, and then the way that it's paced for the Raven Age, I don't think it works as well. It's more of a formula I think works better with progressive bands, and I don't necessarily see Raven Age being a progressive metal band. They're just more of an alternative or melodic one, and I think this is just a style that fits them so much better, and it really does, because not only do they spend a lot more time just excelling what they have with these shorter tracks, they also have just got some of the best production, they've got some of the best songwriting, they've got generally some of the best riffs as well. Serpent's Tongue is one of my favourite tracks from this year, just in general. It is such an thrilling masterpiece of a track. This one just has a really fantastic opening, just the riffs, just intense, it's great, it pulls you in. It's got one of the best hooks as well. I just love the structure of this track. It's fantastic. It's honestly one of the most beautiful tracks I've heard all year. Parasite's a brilliant proper song opener. It just has all the energy, it just packs all the punches. It's just a beast of a track in my opinion. And you kind of go through with tracks like Essence of Time and Nostradamus, kind of getting what you'd expect from hearing the first few tracks, and they continue on really well. Nostradamus is just generally is just a fun ass song, just one that I can really pop on and just have an absolute blast with. Forgive and Forget is another really good song. I think this one's got some of the more growls in it, because there's some songs that have some growls and screams in it, like Serpent's Tongue, but Forgive and Forget has got some of my favourite moments in it with it. And again, it's got a really powerful chorus, because they have been nailing that just tremendously here. And the only time that the album, I guess, sort of changes pace from this more upbeat, more thrilling, just more energetic sound they have been providing is The Journey, and that's only the intro, because after that they kind of, well, go back into the classic sound we've been hearing on this record, and I like that. I think The Journey's kind of little separation just there, even if it's like a small softer break that goes back into the energy, it's just a nice little change of pace, because I feel like I would enjoy this, but it could lose its steam, so kind of having this little divider is great. And then it leads us to War in Heaven, which is honestly one of the best songs on the album as well. There is so much good potential here for, well, the Raven Age, and it kind of sucks that this album isn't really that popular. The Raven Age kind of hit their popularity a lot more into the albums like Darkness and Rise, and Conspiracy, I'd say, has got their biggest hits. So it's kind of a shame that this album may be overlooked, but it is such a brilliant album, and if you are unsure if you want to give it a listen, I definitely more or less recommend it. I give it probably a 4 out of 5. I really enjoyed this one, and it's close to being a 4.5. I think There's just some elements that I kind of wish were a little bigger, but there's a lot of tracks that more or less make up for that. It's a fun album, very versatile as well, and just overall just a bundle of joy. So yeah, that is my review on the Raven Age album. I hope you guys enjoy. Thank you for watching, and see you guys in the next video. Bye.